Sometimes you may also want to add a link to a handout that someone could print themselves. In this case, I'm going to just make up an example in which someone might want to print a copy of this review from Microsoft Word. I'm going to take and save this review as a PDF file. I'll click Publish. Now that I've saved the review as a PDF, I can go back into Expression Engine and I can actually upload that PDF so that someone could download and print the review themselves right from my blog post. So I'm going to add that text here, print a copy of this review here, and then to add the review, I'm going to highlight where I want the link to go and click on Link. And then instead of adding a link directly to it, I'll click Upload and I'll browse to find my PDF, which is here, and click Open. Click Send it to the server, and here I've got a link directly to my document, and I can click OK. And it was that simple to add a copy of a review or a handout or anything else you want to upload and share with customers on our website directly into your document. Now this review is a little silly to add because obviously the review is right there, but if you're doing a program with a handout, this is a very simple way to add a copy of the handout right into your blog post about the program. Let's look at one more formatting trick. Say that I want to add a list of all of Nancy Werland's books at our library. I can go and add in all of the book titles to my blog post. And then it might look nice if that was a bulleted list. So if I highlight and select the books that are in my list, and I click this button, which is to insert a bulleted list, the blog formatting software puts in the bulleted list for me. Now sometimes when you're trying to use these fancier formatting buttons, it doesn't put it quite how you want it. And so I want to show you what the source looks like behind the HTML code. Here under Source, I see all of the source code that's marking up my original plain text. If I scroll down on the source code, I can find the text that is about read all of Nancy Werland's books at our library, and you can see my list listed here. Each of my titles is set off by these HTML tags, LI and then /LI, and that's showing the computer where each list item begins and ends. Occasionally, if you can't get the formatting buttons to do exactly what you want, you can go in directly and edit the HTML tags yourself so that the correct tags are around each of your list items. Occasionally you'll want to edit other HTML directly in order to accomplish something that you aren't able to accomplish using the buttons on the first editor. In this case, here is the link to my book. You can see the beginning of the link tag, and then this big long messy string is actually what I copied and pasted directly out of our catalog. And then here's the end of the link tag. Then it shows my book title set off in italics. And then here's the very end of the link tag saying this is the end of my link. If for some reason the wrong words were linked, I could change that here. You could change whatever is linked by changing the words that are between those tags. In another case, here's where I set my italics off, and you can see the tags there if you need to edit that directly. As you go down, you can see these paragraph tags, which are showing the beginning and ending of each paragraph. And at the bottom, we can see the list again, and here we can see the link to our downloadable handout. So to get to the HTML code, you click on Source within your blog post, and to switch back to the original display, you click on Source again. You won't often need, or maybe even ever need, to look at the HTML code that's behind your blog post, but every once in a while it's useful to be able to go in and sort of fine-tune your post or fix something very specific that you're having trouble with in using the buttons where you can't quite highlight the right bit, or when you try to insert your bulleted list it doesn't get the right titles. Things like that can be very useful to fix within.